where did we end up today? Well, we end up today where you've got a number of third-party software companies. You've got a number of acquiring or merchant service providers that will support this model. You have the card brands, which you've heard from already today, that they're all in favor of enabling this type of a model. So we went from being the bad kids that have to stay for detention to now being the ones that they see the growth in. And so with that, we get to the point of all the speed of onboarding, and you get all the speed of onboarding and all those different things in place, and the underwriting's well, and we have that experience, and the transactions start to flow. And where does the money go? And how do we get the money to the right people? And how do we move it in a way that keeps us out of trouble? Visibility is super important. Being able to see the transaction doesn't mean you always have to touch the money. Being able to see the transaction and act off of the data is super important because that is how you can manage the overall risk for yourself, your business, and drive the experience better. But getting into transaction review, I'm going to dive into this a little bit deeper because I don't think we give the fraud and the risk side of this at the transactional level enough credit. Typically what happens is we get really, really excited when the authorization happens. We get really, really excited when the merchant gets onboarded, and we get really, really excited when they start processing more and more volume. And then we get all really, really mad when we find out that we have to take a loss because we didn't look for the anomalies, because we didn't look for that information. And being able to see that at a transactional view, being able to hold an individual transaction, which is something you should look for, is being able to hold that transaction. But being able to manage that transactional level and hold either an amount, all of it, or an individual transaction until you've had the chance to validate it is key to the success of managing those funds.